What's up, guys? Emmanuel Jones here. We back up with another video, and this time we'll be doing our Week 18 predictions for this season. So last week I went 12-3, which I did really good, and I only have 150. My record is 150 and 86 this year. Wow, this was so awesome though. But I don't remember my whole record from back in the past though. So yeah. So before I get to my Week 18 predictions for this season, don't forget to put the thumbs up to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to comment down your opinion below to see who you think's gonna win this week. So we're gonna get started. So we got the Saturday games here. So this first game, we got the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Chiefs are favored by 9.5. Wow, that's a big spread right here. Hey, but I think this game right here could definitely go a little bit either way, though, because here's the thing. I thought the Raiders really showed a lot of fight against the Niners, which, they could have at least won that game, though, which they could have at least won because Jarrett Stidham was playing really good. The offense was playing really good. The defense was actually playing okay, but it didn't play its best. So yeah, so I'll like the Raiders to keep this one close, though. So maybe the Chiefs can be up a lot of points, and maybe the Raiders can try to come back. And maybe, if not, maybe they keep up with them. I don't know. But there's no way I'm taking the Chiefs to win. I mean, there's no way I'm taking Jarrett Stidham over Patrick Mahomes. But I'm just taking the Chiefs because, they got more to play for, and there's the more complete team and all that, and have the better quarterback and the better coach. So, yeah. And also, the Raiders don't really match up well. The Chiefs really good because the Chiefs, they got some offensive weapons that they have. They got Kadarius Toney. They got Travis Kelce. They got Valdez-Scantling, Juju Smith-Schuster, Mecole Hardman, who's coming back, and, Sky Moore if he plays. So, those weapons for the Chiefs are going to be too much for the Raiders secondary to handle. So I think the Raiders secondary is going to get burnt. So yeah, so I don't think the Raiders will give up answers for them. So yeah, but I don't think this game's going to be a blowout, but I think it's going to be close though. Maybe like 31-27, maybe like 34-31 or something like that. More like a higher scoring game. So, yeah, I'm going to take the Chiefs to win, but I'm taking the points with the Raiders. I'm saying the Raiders are going to cover this game to keep it close. So, yeah, so I'm just going to take the Raiders plus the points, but I'm going to take the Chiefs to win to get that number 1 seed. Now, here's the thing. If the Chiefs, if they lose – now, if the Chiefs lose and the Bills or Bengals win, then the Chiefs might drop to the 2 or 3 seed. I don't really know, but if they win this game, then they'll clinch a bye. So yeah. Next game, we have the Tennessee Titans versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars are favored by 6. Now, I call this a trap game though because I think this game can definitely go either way though because Tennessee has beat Jacksonville on the road in the past though. But I kind of call it a trap game because I don't really know who to pick here. Like, this is kind of tough. Because Tennessee has been, like, on the downfall. Like, they're falling apart. And Jacksonville's trending upwards. But I think this game right here could definitely go a little bit either way, like I said. But when I look at this matchup, though, I think Jacksonville has started to match up with teams pretty often. They've been starting to match up with teams very well recently, though. I like how the way they're doing on offense, and I like how the way they're doing on defense as well. I just really think that when I look at Jacksonville's defense, I think defensively, I think they can stop the run. They've been really good at stopping the run recently, and their secondary is playing outstanding. And Trevor Lawrence is playing really good football right now. I like how the way this offense is starting to play. But maybe I'd say this game right here is going to be pretty closer than we expected. But, the Titans haven't playing well as best. Now, I will say this. I think there's a chance where I think Tennessee can definitely get this win here to win the division, because I feel like whoever comes out with a win is probably gonna win that division, because Tennessee might not make it this year, and neither Jacksonville. So it's kind of tough to say, because one of these two teams can win the division with a losing record, which nobody cares on that. But I just kind of really think that the Titans, I kind of feel like Tennessee's gonna have success run the ball, but I don't know if they're gonna be able to pass the ball as much. But I thought Josh Dobbs played outstanding, but he didn't play his best. So I like to say that maybe the Titans can play Jacksonville close. I think their defense is probably gonna make some plays. I think they're gonna stop the run pretty well and then stop their passing game. I think their defense can find a way to do that. But it's just that there are some times, but there are times where they're starting to get run over a lot. So yeah, so I think this game right here is definitely going to be as closer we expected, but it's kind of tough to say who to win. I really don't know who to pick here because someone told me not to pick it. I don't really know why. But it's kind of hard to say Jacksonville is going to sweep Tennessee, though, because I haven't seen them sweep the Titans in, years. I haven't even seen them. I don't even remember the last time they swept them, which I don't know. I remember the Titans swept them once before. But usually the Titans and Jaguars both split with each other. So, yeah, they both split with each other. But it's kind of hard to say, but I don't know. It's kind of tough. I want to take the Titans to win so that way they can be able to end their losing streak. But I kind of don't really have faith in the Titans right now because, they're on a losing streak. They have lost 6 straight games. And this team's definitely in trouble right now. And they're falling apart. And Jacksonville is trying to trend upwards. So, with that being said, I'm taking Jacksonville to win this game because Jacksonville's at home. They're playing better football and also more stable with the quarterback position as well. So, yeah. So, I think this game right here is going to be a low-scoring game, though. Maybe 20-17, something like that. So, I'm going to take Jacksonville to win, but give me the points, though. I feel like 6 is a lot, which I don't know if Jacksonville is going to be able to cover the 6. I think Tennessee is going to cover this game to keep it close. So I say they're just going to stay in the game, and I don't think they're going to allow Jacksonville to score a lot of points here. So I would not be surprised if that happened though, because last time when they played, Jacksonville was able to score a lot of points. They put up 36 points on the Titans, but I don't think they're going to do it this time. So, yeah. So, with that being said, I'm taking the Titans to cover, but give me the Jacksonville Jaguars to win. And hopefully that'll help them clinch the AFC South. Next game, we have the Baltimore Ravens versus Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati's favored by -7. Now, I know this is almost like a big spread here, but I'm taking the Bengals to win this game. I mean, Cincinnati has a better quarterback. There is a more complete team. They're at home. I mean, there's no way that Baltimore is going to be able to sweep them again because I understand they swept them before, but I don't think they sweep them this time. And plus, last year, I know Cincinnati has swept them, but I think Cincinnati is going to win this game, and I think they're going to get their revenge and split the season series because, they lost to them early in the season, and I think Cincinnati is going to get revenge on them. So, yeah. I just kind of feel like I just don't really know if the Ravens are going to be able to do enough offensively to keep up with Cincinnati. Because Tyler Huntley, he's been playing really good, but he's not playing as great as he is. But the Ravens got some questions. They got questions on the injuries, though. Now, I heard the news saying that Lamar is out again, and Tyler Huntley, I don't know if he's playing. So, yeah, so the Ravens don't know who to start at quarterback, though. So that's why I'm just taking Cincinnati to win this game. And plus, I just don't know if the Ravens are going to be able to at least stop anybody because the Bengals got lots of weapons on offense. They got Jamar Chase, you got T. Higgins, they got Tyler Boyd, and also Hayden Hurts. They got a lot of weapons on offense to deal with, and I feel like they're going to be tough to cover and tough to stop, and including Joe Mixon could be as well. But I kind of really feel like the Ravens are going to get ran over in this game. And I think Joe Burrow is going to have a field day as well. And plus, I think the defense is going to find a way to at least slow down the Ravens' running game. And I think their secondary can handle business because I just don't think the Ravens have a lot of weapons on offense that can at least penetrate, move the ball against this Bengals secondary. Because this Bengals secondary is not as bad as you think. It's pretty decent. So I don't really think the Ravens going to be able to keep up. So maybe I say this game is going to be a semi-blowout. Like maybe I say Cincinnati wins 34-13, something like that. So yeah. So I don't care how big the spread is. I'm taking Cincinnati both ways. I'm taking the Cincinnati to win and Cincinnati to cover. All right, next game we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta's favored by -4. Now, I wonder why this line is saying that, though. I think it's kind of saying that for a reason. I don't know. But I kind of really feel like that they should not be favored. They got Tampa's underdogs this week. So, yeah, I don't know. So, yeah. So as I kind of really know at that, I'm kind of thinking that Tampa Bay is probably going to play their stars in this game. So maybe I say maybe play them in the first half and maybe rest in the second half. I don't know. I don't know the stats for that because they already clinched the division. So maybe Tom Brady plays the whole game. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. That's going to be tough. So by the way, I don't really care who's playing this game. I got the Bucs to win because Tampa Bay is just a more complete team. They have a better quarterback, better coaching staff. I mean, yeah, and they got more to play for anyway. And they're already in the playoffs. So, by the way, I just kind of really think that Tampa Bay, I like how the way Tampa Bay did against the Panthers. I thought their offense did a good job executing on early downs. Mike Evans actually had a big day. He was looking like himself. Chris Godwin starting to look like himself. Julio Jones, he's not looking like himself. So this Bucs offense is playing really good. And defensively, they're starting to play okay, but they're not as great as they used to be, though. They're starting to give up yards because they allowed over 300 yards passing versus the Panthers. They still won the game. And they was able to put up 30 points in this game. So maybe I say Tampa Bay puts up 30 again, but I would not be shocked if that happened, though. So, yeah. So, by the way, I want to say Atlanta covers, but I don't think Atlanta's going to do enough on offense to keep up with the Bucs. So, yeah, so maybe I say Tampa Bay wins 27-10, something like that. So, yeah. So I would like to see the Bucs offense execute more. It's because Atlanta's defense is not as good, so Tampa Bay should have success moving the ball on them as much as they can. So yeah. And plus, Atlanta doesn't have a good offensive line, so maybe the Bucs defensive line can cause some issues on there. So yeah, and especially a rookie playing against a good defense, not good. So I gotta take the Bucs both ways. I'm taking the Bucs to win and the Bucs to cover. All right, next game we have the New England Patriots versus the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo's favored by 7. Now I know this right here is a big spread, but I know it's a big spread right here, but I know the 7 points disrespectful, but I get it though. But I kind of feel like this game right here can definitely go a little bit go either way. Because here's the thing. Now, the Patriots are trying to fight for a playoff spot, and the Bills are fighting to get that 1 seed. So, yeah. So, here's the thing. If New England, I kind of really feel like I like how the way that, New England has been playing recently. Mac Jones, he's starting to play good, but he's not playing at his best. But the offense was able to move the ball, and the defense is playing outstanding good. I like how the way the Patriots have been recently on defense and on offense. Yeah, I just kind of feel like that the Patriots are going to play them close, and I think they're going to move the ball as well. And I think their defense is probably going to make some plays, and I think their defense is going to keep them in this game as well. So, yeah, I just kind of like how the way the Patriots are playing right now. But I would not be surprised if the Patriots pull off this upset, though. Now, that could definitely happen, but I don't know. But, the Patriots, they haven't really beaten the Bills since, like, last year. Because last year they beat them once. But I kind of really feel like there's a chance where I think New England can get this win here. I don't know. But I think New England, can definitely get that final wild card spot if they win and the Steelers and Dolphins lose. Because the Patriots lose, then they're out. So I think there's a chance where I think the Patriots can definitely pull off this win here. I don't know. They can because Mac Jones, he's not good against pressure. He's not good against man coverage as well. So if the Bills play their starters in the secondary, I think maybe they find a way to at least handle business for the Patriots receiving core. But I think their offense could be able to make some plays against a banged up secondary like the Bills, because the Bills secondary is dealing with some injuries though. Because I know DeMar Hamlin's probably not going to play this week. Because we heard the news saying that he's going to be okay. And he's breathing okay, which that's good. But that don't mean that he's going to play. But it doesn't matter. I want to say New England can split the season series, but I'm taking the Bills here to win this game because the Bills are just a more complete team and have a better quarterback. So, yeah. I just kind of really don't know if the Patriots are going to be able to at least, stop the Bills' passing offense. But I think they can do a good job stopping the run, but I just don't really know if they can find a way to stop their passing game, because I feel like Diggs and Davis are going to be tough to cover as well, so is Knox. So, yeah, and plus Josh Allen, he's good against the blitz and he's good against pressure. So, yeah, he might make some plays here and there out, so, yeah. So, I'm just going to take the Bills to win this game, but I'm taking the points with the Patriots. I think New England does cover this game because I think their defense is going to keep them in the game. So, yeah. So, I think maybe the Bills win 27-23, 23-20, somewhere in that range. So, yeah. So, I'm going to take the Patriots to cover, but I'll take the Bills to win. But here's the thing. If Buffalo gets his win, they could definitely get that 1 seed if the Bills win and the Chiefs lose. If the Chiefs lose and the Bengals lose as well. But if the Bills, if they lose this game, then they might not get the 1 seed. They might drop to 2 or 3 seed. So yeah. All right, next game we have the Minnesota Vikings versus Chicago Bears. Minnesota's favored by 7.5. Now, 7.5, this is like a big spread right here. I mean, I get it. I know it's a big spread, but this is kind of tough though. I don't really know if Minnesota's going to be able to cover this spread. Because Minnesota, they have not been good recently though. They have not been good against the spread lately. They've been bad against the spread. Because I don't know why. They've been bad against the spread because they've been winning some close games where, they've been finding ways to win games, where they're allowing field goals and not allowing them to score in the end zone and all that. Defensively, they've not been really good recently. last week they were awful. Kirk Cousins, he didn't play his best, and the offense did not look as good. The defense was definitely not looking as good. I mean, the Vikings, they were washed all game. And Justin Jefferson was shut down for the whole game. He only had one catch, which that's kind of bad. But I think their defense played okay, but it didn't play its best though. They allowed only 159 yards though, passing yards though. And then their defense still played okay, but that doesn't mean it played great. But here's the thing. I think the Bears, now I know the Bears did not look as good against the Lions though, which they were washed all game. But I think they keep this one close, and I think the Bears play them tough, and I think they keep it competitive. But because here's the thing, I think Justin Fields, he's gonna make some plays, and also he's good against pressure and he's good against the blitz. So maybe, and Minnesota doesn't really blitz good as well. So maybe the Bears offense can make some plays. I think they can run the ball on them, and I think their off-passing offense can do the same thing because Minnesota's secondary is not as good. So, yeah. So, I'm going to say they keep this game a lot closer than we expected. But I think the Bears do stay in this game here. But I'm going to take the Vikings to win because the Vikings are just a better team. They got more to play for and also have a better quarterback and a better coaching staff. So, yeah. And the Bears, they don't got much to play for because they're not going to make the playoffs. And the Vikings are trying to fight for that top seed. Now, who knows if they're going to get the 2 seed? I know they're not going to get the 1 seed. They're probably going to get that 2 seed or 3 seed. But I think they have a chance to get that 2 seed if they win and the Niners if the Niners lose or Cowboys. So, yeah. But even if the Vikings win, even if the Vikings lose this game, then that can definitely drop to them getting the 3 seed. So, yeah, I would not be shocked if the Bears pull off this upset, but I just have a feeling the Vikings are going to win this game because there's the better team. And I believe they're going to be playing starters in this game as well. So, yeah. And I think Justin Jefferson's going to have a field day because I know he didn't have a good game last week because, he only had 1 reception. So, I would like to see Justin Jefferson have a big game, and I like to see him step up. And maybe he'll get some touch. Maybe he gets a lot of touchdowns this game. Who knows? So, yeah. So, I'm going to take the Vikings to win, but give me the points, though, with the Bears. I think the Bears are going to cover this game because 7.5 is a lot of points, so I think the Bears will cover. But maybe I say Minnesota wins 24-20, something like that. So, yeah. So, I'm going to take the Vikings to – I'm going to take the Vikings to win, but give me the Bears to cover. All right, next game, we have the Houston Texans versus the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are favored by 2.5. Now, I believe this game right here could definitely go a little bit either way because both these two teams are one of the worst teams in the league, and they're both trash. But it's kind of hard to say who's going to win this game because Houston's fighting for that number 1 pick, and the Colts are definitely in that top pick conversation. Because I kind of feel like if Houston, if they win this game and the Bears lose, then Houston's probably going to get that second overall pick. But if they lose this game, now they can definitely stay at the first overall pick. But I kind of really feel like that when I look at this game, I feel like this game's not going to be fun to watch because 0 people is not going to be because 0 people is going to be watching this game. So, yeah, because I won't be watching this game because I ain't going to pay attention to that because that game is going to suck. But I kind of really feel like this is an either way type of game. But last time when these two teams played, they got into overtime and they ended up tying it, though. But I don't think it's going to happen again. So, by the way, I'm taking the Colts to win this game because the Colts are at home. And plus, there's the more talented team. So, yeah. And their coaching is just similar. So yeah, so I feel like Jeff Saturday is gonna coach better in this game. So yeah, he's gonna find a way to manage the clock really well. So yeah, so I'm gonna say this game's gonna be a low scoring game. Is like 17-16, something like that. It's not gonna be pretty. It's gonna get ugly. So yeah. So I'm gonna take the Colts to win, but give me the points with the Texans. I think the Texans do find a way to cover this game. I think they can. I think Houston can cover I think they can cover 2.5. Because Houston, they've been not good against the spread, but I think Houston is gonna find a way to cover this game. So yeah, so I'm gonna take the Texans to cover, but I'm gonna take the Colts to win the game. All right, next game we have the New York Jets versus the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins are favored by. Jets are favored by 1. Now the line kind of changed a little bit. I don't really know why. I think it did that for several reasons. Now I think this game can go either way. Now a lot of people are picking the Jets to win because they kind of don't really trust the Dolphins. Because a lot of people don't really trust the Dolphins right now because they're on a losing streak. And plus, I don't really trust the Dolphins right now because they've been on a losing streak as well. They have lost 5 straight games, which that's kind of terrible though. Because I kind of feel like if Miami, if they want to go to the playoffs, they got to at least win this game if they want to go to playoffs. Because if they lose, they're out. So, yeah. But it's kind of weird to say this, that I think the Jets have a better defense than the Dolphins because the Dolphins' defense is atrocious. It's like atrocious. Like, I don't think the Dolphins' defense is that good. Like, I don't think it's that good as it used to be. Like, it's not as good. And plus, they don't do a good job stopping the run. They can't stop the pass as well. And they just give up yards. And I think the Jets, offensively, I think the Jets can move the ball on them as well. But I don't even know who's playing quarterback. It's Mike White or Joe Flacco. I'm creating it's Mike White, but now I heard the news saying that he's out, so now they're gonna start Joe Flacco. I think Joe Flacco is gonna find a way to make some plays here against this Dolphins defense, especially with the weapons that the Jets have on offense, which I think they can be able to do that. But I kind of really feel like they can run the ball on them as well. And I think defensively, I think they're going to keep them in the game. I think because, they didn't really look this good last week against Seattle because they got ran over. Offensively, they were weak. But I feel like they're going to be better. They're going to be better offensively like they were last week. So I think they find a way to move the ball. And I think Mike White can make some plays. And I think maybe Joe Flacco, he can make some plays as well. So I kind of really think that the Jets can move the ball on them, and defensively, I think they can do a good job stopping the Dolphins' running game. I think they can find a way to stop their passing game as well. But yeah, I think it can do that. But I think Miami can find a way to move the ball offensively. Like offensively, they've been okay, but they've not been great. But defensively, they've been really weak. So I think the Dolphins are going to find a way to move the ball on them, which I don't know who's going to be playing at quarterback. Whether it's going to be Tua, Teddy Bridgewater, Skylar Thompson. Even if it's Skylar Thompson, I don't really know if I can pick Miami to win, but I really don't care. So, yeah. But Teddy Breeze is questionable to play because he's hurt, because he's injured. And Tua, I heard the news saying that he's definitely ruled out for the finale. So that's kind of bad to see because even if Tua doesn't play, I don't think it matters, though. I kind of really feel like Miami has more to play for in this game because they have a chance to make the playoffs. So, for that reason, I'm taking the Miami Dolphins to win the game because the Dolphins are at home. They're going to get revenge and split the season series like they always do. I just think the Dolphins are just a more complete team as well. So, I'm just going to take the Dolphins to win. But give me the points with the Jets. I think the Jets find a way to cover this game to keep it close. So maybe I say the Dolphins win like 23-20, something like that. Maybe I say Miami win by a field goal. So, yeah. So I think the Jets defense keeps them in the game. So yeah, and I think the Dolphins offense finds a way to move the ball. And I think, their defense. So yeah, I think Mike Daniel's gonna at least coach better in this game. Mike McDaniel's gonna coach better in this game, have a better game plan. So yeah. So by the way, I'm taking the Jets with the points to cover, but I'm taking the Dolphins to win the game. All right, next game we have the Carolina Panthers versus the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are favored by 3.5. Now I'm gonna keep this one a little bit short. Now I think this game right here could definitely go either way because here's the thing. I think both these two teams, they're not as good. They're not that good, and they're both eliminated from playoff contention. Now, I kind of really like what I've seen so far from both these teams. The Panthers are playing some physical football, and so is the Saints as well. I thought the Saints, defensively, they showed some fight, and they really played really good against the Eagles. I thought their defense stopped the run. They were making some big plays and all that. And on top of that, they stayed in the game. And I also like what the Panthers have been able to do. I like how the way Carolina is playing. Defensively, they're playing a lot better. Offensively, they're starting to play a lot better. And Sam Darnold, he's starting to play really good, though. Like, he's not really playing as bad. He's making some good decisions. So maybe I say the Panthers can find a way to at least, I think the Panthers can find a way to put some points up on the board. But I kind of feel like when I look at this game, I think this game right here is probably going to be a little bit of a defensive game. I don't know. Because I think the Panthers are going to have been really good at running the football. And I think they're going to move the ball effectively. And I think, defensively, I think they're trying to find a way to at least slow down the Saints running game and all that. And their secondary is playing really good right now. So yeah. But it's kind of weird to say that, but I'm probably not going to say Carolina's going to beat the Saints again because Carolina doesn't really beat them a lot because I know they beat them early in the season, but I'm taking the Saints to win this game because I think the Saints are going to split the season series because I think the Saints own the Panthers. So, yeah, I'm going to take the Saints to win this game because the Saints, they're just I just kind of feel like that the Saints are just I think they have a better defensive line and a better secondary, and I think they have a better running game as well and a better So, yeah, I think the Saints find a way to move the ball against this Panthers defense. I think the secondary can find a way to at least play some man coverage in this game. Maybe zone. Because I don't think the Panthers have a lot of weapons on offense that scare you. Because outside of DJ Moore, they don't have any other weapons on offense that really scare you. But their running game can. So, yeah. So, I don't really know if Carolina's going to be able to keep up with the Saints. Because of that Saints defense. Because the Panthers, now, both these two teams don't have a good offensive line, but I think the Saints' defensive line is better. I think they find a way to get pressure on the quarterback and all that and maybe cause some mistakes and some turnovers. So, yeah. So, I don't know if the Panthers are going to be able to keep up with them. So, I'm going to take the Saints both ways. I'm saying the Saints win 24-13, something like that. So, yeah. I'm just going to take the Saints to win, but I'm taking the Saints to cover as well. All right. Next game, we have the Cleveland Browns versus Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers are favored by 2.5. Now, I'm going to keep this one a little bit short. Now, this team right here could definitely go either way because I kind of really feel like, I saw a few people try and pick the Browns to win because, Deshaun Watson is a better quarterback than Kenny Pickett. But I just kind of really feel like that I kind of like how the way that, the Browns have been playing recently. I don't like how the way the Browns have been playing, though. I mean, last week against the Commanders, they played really well. Defensively, they played really well. They stopped the run better. They stopped the pass as well. And offensively, the offense is starting to move the ball. Deshaun Watson was playing outstanding against the Washington Commanders. So yeah, but here's the thing. I kind of like the Browns in this matchup. I think they can match up well the Steelers really good because here's the thing. The Steelers don't have a good offensive line, but I think that the Browns defensive line can get some pressure on the quarterback and maybe they make some mistakes and cause turnovers on the rookie. And I think they can give Kenny Pickett some problems and all that. So, yeah. But I like how the way the Steelers offensively have been moving the ball. Kenny Pickett starting to make some plays. They're passing the ball really well. Offensively, they run the ball really well. And defensively, they're playing a lot better. They've been starting to play a lot better every week. They're like stopping the run. They're causing mistakes and some turnovers. They're stopping the pass really well. I thought that Steelers defense is playing outstanding. I think the Steelers match up with the Browns really good. I think they find a way to at least like get some pressure, cause some mistakes and turnovers, and I think they can find a way to slow down Nick Chubb. So, yeah. So I think they will penetrate the line of scrimmage as well. But I think this game right here is going to be close because I think the Browns is going to stay in the game. I think the Browns will hang around this game. I'm taking the Steelers to win this game. I think they're going to split the season series because the Steelers are at home. There's a more complete team. So, yeah, and I think their defense is going to find a way to make some plays. So, yeah. And also, they have more to play for because they have a chance to make the playoffs, and the Browns don't. So, I'm going to say the Steelers. Now, here's the thing. If the Steelers now this is a must win for Pittsburgh. They want to go to playoffs because if the Steelers lose this game, then they're done. So I think the Steelers do clinch the final playoff spot if they win and the Dolphins and Patriots lose. But if the Steelers, so I'm just gonna take the Steelers to win, but give me the points with the Browns. I think the Browns are gonna cover this game because I think the Browns will hang around. But I think this game is going to get ugly. It's not going to be pretty. So I'm going to say the Steelers win like 17-13, something like that. So, yeah. So I'm going to take the Browns to cover with the points, but I'm going to take the Steelers to win the game. And hopefully that can definitely clinch that final playoff spot. All right, next game we have the LA Chargers versus the Denver Broncos. Chargers are favored by 2. Now, this game can definitely go either way, though. Now, I believe that the Chargers are definitely playing stars in this game because I know they clinched a playoff berth. So, yeah. So we know the Chargers are in the playoffs, though. But I gotta take the Chargers in this game because the Chargers are just a more complete team. And they also have a better quarterback as well and better coaching staff. I mean, they also got more to play for because, the Broncos don't because, they're not in the playoffs, though, and the Chargers already clinched a playoff berth. So, yeah. So, by the way, I think the Chargers defense, I don't really know if Denver's going to be able to keep up with the Chargers. I'm going to say the Chargers defense find a way to make some plays, and I think, their offense finds a way to make some plays as well. But I think the Broncos defense can probably stay in the game for a little bit, and maybe the Chargers find a way to score some points in this game. I don't know. So yeah, maybe they find a way to do that because the Broncos last time these two teams played, it was an ugly game where it was a defensive game. But at this time, I don't think it's probably going to get a little bit ugly. So maybe I say the first half, the Chargers, maybe they get a little ugly, and maybe the Chargers find a way to come back and win. Like maybe they find a way to score like 10 plus points, score like maybe like 30 plus points. I don't know. So yeah, because Herbert, he's been good against man coverage. So yeah, and Chargers, they can pass the ball really good. I mean the Broncos, they can't pass the ball. And plus, so yeah, so I'm gonna say the Chargers maybe win like 27-17, something like that. Maybe like in a semi blowout. So, yeah. So, I'm just going to take the Chargers both ways. So, I've got the Chargers to win and the Chargers to cover. All right, next game we have the New York Giants versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles is favored by -14. Wow, that's like a big spread. Now according to this, I think that Hurts is gonna play in this game because I heard a news saying that Hurts is gonna play because he missed 2 games. So yeah, but if now here's the thing. Now if the Eagles, if they rest some of their starters, I'll probably take the Giants. But if they don't, if the Eagles play their starters, then I might take the Eagles. Because I'm regretting that the Eagles are going to play their starters in this game because they haven't even clinched a 1 seed yet. Now they're looking to clinch that if they win. But if they lose, now if the Eagles lose and the Cowboys and Niners win, then the Eagles might drop to maybe the 2 or 3 seed. I don't know. So last time when these two teams played, the Giants the Giants were washed. They didn't even look as good against the Eagles last time because they couldn't move the ball. Their defense couldn't even make some stops because they gave up almost 50 points in that game. So yeah. So by the way, I think this game right here, I think it's gonna be closer this time. But I think the Giants are gonna stay in this game, and I think they play the Eagles a little bit tougher. So yeah, but I don't think the Eagles are going to score a lot of points in this game, because if they do, then they could if they get up early and do that, then they might blow the Giants out. So for that reason, I'm taking the Eagles to win this game because the Eagles are just a more complete team, have a better quarterback, a better coaching staff, and they're just a more complete team. So yeah. No. Oh yeah. I think the Eagles do play them tough. So I'm just gonna say I'm saying the Eagles win this game, but I'm taking the points with the Giants because 14 is a big spread, and it's the spread's just disrespectful. So I'm just gonna say the Eagles win like 23-17, something like that. So I'm gonna take the Giants to cover, but to give me the Eagles to win the game, and hopefully that clinched a 1 seed for them. All right. Next game, we have the Arizona Cardinals versus the San Francisco 49ers. San Fran's favored by 14. Now, this is another big spread right here, which that's another disrespectful spread, but I don't know. But this also goes to San Francisco if they win this game. Now, if San Francisco wins this game, now they definitely could look to clinch the 1 seed if they win and the Eagles lose. But if the Eagles and Niners both win, I don't think it matters though. Because they'll still be the 2 seed. So when I look at it, I think that Arizona, I just kind of really feel like, I got to take the Niners in this game because San Francisco, I mean, they're just a more complete team. They're the best team in the league. And the Cardinals are looking like they're the worst team in the league. And they don't got much to play because they ain't going to make the playoffs. And the Niners, they have a chance to make the playoffs because they have more to play for. So, yeah. So, with that being said, I mean, the Niners are just a more complete team. They have a better quarterback, better coaching staff. They're just a more complete team as well. And I believe San Fran's going to play some of their starters, though. So I think defensively, they can find a way to play the run very good. Offensively, I think they can move the ball, especially against an overrated defense like the Cardinals, because they got a lot of weapons on offense. The Niners got Deebo Samuel, CMC, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk. Those are going to be tough to stop. So, yeah. So I think the Niners are going to score like 30-plus points in this game. Maybe I'd say the score will be like 34-16, something like that. So, yeah. Or maybe 34-10. Like a blowout like last time. Because last time they blow them out. So, for that reason, I'm taking the Niners to win, and I gotta take them to cover as well. I understand that 14 is a big spread, but I'm taking them both ways. So yeah. All right, next game we have the LA Rams versus the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle's favored by 6.5. Now, this game can definitely go either way as well because, last time when these two teams played, the Rams played them tough. Now, the Rams should have at least won that game, though. But, yeah, they should have at least won that game. So, when I look at it, I think this game right here is definitely going to be closer than expected. But here's the thing. I kind of really like how the way the Seahawks did against the Jets. Offensively, they was able to move the ball. They was able to push them around against the Jets. Defensively, they played a lot better. So, yeah. But when I look at it, I kind of really thought the Rams are going to play them tough like they did. Because offensively, they did not look good against the Chargers. Baker Mayfield did not look as good. Defensively, they were not okay. So yeah, and Seattle's offensive line is not as good, but it's still okay. It's not as good as it used to be, but it's still okay. Maybe with Aaron Donald out, I think that's probably going to help them run the ball. I think that's going to help, and I think it's probably going to help them run the ball successfully and open up holes. So yeah, and plus the Rams defense, their secondary has not been good against the pass lately. So maybe Seattle can pass the ball on them as much as they can. So yeah. But for that reason, I'm taking the Seahawks to win this game. I feel like this is a must-win for Seattle if they want to clinch that final playoff spot. But if they lose, then they're out. So I think like this is a must-win for Seattle if they want to go to the playoffs. But even if Seattle and the Lions both win, or the Seahawks and Packers both win, I don't think it matters though, because I think this can definitely be a tiebreaker. I don't know. So I'm taking the Seahawks to win, but I'm taking the points with the Rams. I think the Rams find a way to stay in the game. So yeah, so maybe I say the Seattle wins 26-24. So yeah. So I'm gonna take the Seahawks to cover. I'm gonna take the Rams to cover, but give me the Seahawks to win the game. All right. Next game we have the Dallas Cowboys versus the Washington Commanders. Dallas is favored by 7.5. Now I think this game can go a little bit either way. I guess it can, but when I look at this game, I think this game can definitely be fun to watch. But as you all know that, I don't really like how the way the Commanders did against the Browns. Offensively, they were looking terrible. Carson Wentz, he was actually awful against the Browns. He threw he had 143 passing yards and 3 interceptions, which that's terrible. So now I hear that they're starting the rookie Sam Howell. So yeah, that's going to be intriguing to see. But when I look at that Cowboys defense, I think the Cowboys defense finds a way. I think the Cowboys defense understands how to play Washington very well. I think, I don't think the Commanders can match up well with Washington really good because Commanders don't really have a good offensive line, and Dallas' defensive line is dominant, and I think they can find a way to penetrate the line of scrimmage, and I think they can definitely catch you in a hurry as well. And also, I think the secondary is going to find a way to play some man coverage, and I think they can handle business because their secondary has been playing fantastic. So, yeah. So, when I look at it, I think this game right here could be close, sir, but I don't really know if Washington's going to be able to keep up with them. So, yeah, but I think Washington's defense can probably stay in the game for a little bit. Maybe I say the first half, I think maybe this game can definitely get ugly, and maybe the second half, maybe Dallas can put some points up on the board. So, yeah. So, I'm taking the Cowboys to win this game because the Cowboys are just a more complete team and have a better quarterback and better coaching staff. So, yeah, and I also have more to play for because, they already clinched a playoff berth and they're already in the playoffs. And Washington, they got eliminated from playoff contention, so that means they're not going to be in the playoffs. So, yeah. So I don't know if Washington's going to keep up with Dallas because Dallas is going to keep scoring a lot of points. Because last time when these two teams played, I believe Dallas put up 50, almost 60. They put up over 50 points against Washington. So yeah. So I don't think they're going to be able to do it in this game. So I'm going to say the Cowboys win like 27 to like 13, something like that. So yeah. So I'm going to take the Cowboys to win and the Cowboys to cover. I really want to say Washington can cover this game, but I just don't really trust them to cover this game because they've been they're on a losing streak and how and I don't trust this team because they've been on a losing streak and all that, and how they've been losing is bad. So I'm also taking the team, that's definitely, not slumping, So yeah. So I'm just gonna take the Cowboys both ways. So I'm taking the Cowboys to win and the Cowboys to cover. All right, next game we have the Detroit Lions versus the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay's favored by 4.5. This is a Sunday night game. Now this is definitely the play for the final wild card race. Now, last time when these two teams played, I believe the Lions beat them because their defense was definitely playing outstanding. And the game was ugly though because both defenses were playing really good. And on top of that, I just kind of really feel like this game right here is definitely go either way a little bit. Now, some people are picking the Lions to win because I feel like the Lions, and some people think the Lions kind of need this win to go to the playoffs. And the Lions kind of do need this win if they want to go to playoffs. But I kind of really feel like that the Packers, I just don't really think Detroit can match it well with Green Bay really good because Green Bay has a good defensive line, and I think they can definitely catch you in a hurry as well. And they stop the run good, and they stop the pass better. I mean, think about this. Last week against the Minnesota Vikings, they played the pass really good. Jaire Alexander is definitely shutting down Justin Jefferson the whole game. And they were playing some full man coverage in this game. And on top of that, defensively, they're starting to force some turnovers. And also, they're stopping the run really well. So maybe I think they find a way to slow down the Lions' rushing attack. And I think their secondary can find a way to stop the pass really good. And I think they can give the Lions offense and Jared Goff a ton of issues. Because, Jared Goff isn't good against man coverage, and sometimes he's not good against pressure. So, yeah. So, by the way, it's kind of tough to say that the Lions are going to beat the Packers because I don't remember the last time they beat them twice. But I'm not going to say they're going to sweep them again because, Green Bay, has owned the Lions for years. So, for that reason, I'm taking the Packers to win this game because the Packers are at home. They have a better quarterback, better coaching staff, and I just think they're a more complete team. Now, I feel like if Green Bay wins this game, then I think they're in the playoffs. But if they don't win this game, then I think they're out, and I think the Lions get in. So, yeah, I think the Lions are going to fight hard, and I think they're going to play. I think they're going to stay in the game. So, yeah. But I wouldn't be shocked if this wasn't a high-scoring game, though. So, yeah. So for that reason, I'm taking the Packers to win because they're at home, and I feel like they need this win. They want to go to the playoffs. So, yeah, but even if the Packers and Seahawks both win, I don't think it matters. I think it could be a tiebreaker. I don't know. So, yeah, we're going to see about that. So, yeah. So, by the way, I think, their secondary is probably going to handle business, covering the Lions receivers. Maybe Jaire Alexander can maybe cover Amon-Ra Brown or other receivers, and maybe Adrian Amos or Darnell Savage can cover. Like, I don't think the Lions have a tight end as well. So, yeah. But I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be close this time. So, I'm just going to go ahead and just take the Packers to win, but give me the points with the Lions. I think the Lions keep this one close, and I think they stay competitive. So maybe I say Green Bay wins by a field goal, or maybe they get a game-win touchdown. But I'm going to say they win by a field goal. Maybe the Packers win like 27-24, something like that. More like a 3-point game. Or maybe 34-31, something like that. Or a higher scoring game. So, yeah. So, I'm going to take the Lions to cover with bust the points. But I'm going to take the Packers to win the game. And hopefully that gets them in the playoffs. All right, guys. Those are all my Week 18 picks for this week. So, hope you guys enjoyed watching. And don't forget, if you disagree with me, just let me know in the comments section below what you think. So, yeah. So, also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more often as well. Well, this is Mayon Jones for a big fan. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.